This would be water-cooled wheat eater part 1. So, I tried to do my steam engine cam this weekend, but it didn't work. So I'm just gonna get some putty epoxy instead of the JB1 and try it. Now, as far as this goes, I eventually want to take this engine right here on my GoPed, which is a 30cc Homelite, no, 25cc Homelite engine and blower engine and water cool it. But I thought I ought to get some practice before I start cutting that engine up. So I got this. This is just kind of a mock-up. This is a old Ryobi cylinder. Everyone knows those 31cc Ryobis that their layout's kind of odd, and this is down, and it has a plastic crank. The back is plastic, and it's at an angle, and the carb mounts on that. But anyway, see, it also has the 2-bolt pattern. Yeah, if you've worked on that Ryobi, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Anyway, so here it is, and I polished it all up, made it nice and shiny, because it used to look like this. You know, it was that color, but it's now polished. And I was gonna grind off the fins with my die grinder, but after further investigation, it was far more easier to take my hammer, go whack, and it would bend. It would break the top fin and bend the one under it, and that worked great till I got about 2 up from this guy. The one you want to leave this one alone, the one that has the port on it. So this guy, what I did is I took a pair of pliers, I think it was these pliers, and I just got it up under there and twisted and broke them off. Then I just got a regular angle grinder, and it has a wire brush attachment now, but I just ground off the edges. I did this, and it's just dry enough now where I can mess with it. So, the bore on this thing is, I don't know if you see those lines at the top of the screen up there. Everything on this engine would be usable except for these streaks right here. These are pretty bad, but if I ever get a Ryobi, see that right there? Pretty bad indeed. Other side is about the same. These two parts, I don't know. If I ever get a Ryobi, I might just switch over the hardware straight to it and then forget about this head, and this will just be my demonstration head. But also, what I did is, that's a washer, which it's actually not a washer, it's actually made of this sheet metal, and this was off of a brake pad. But I made this washer too. Very ugly because it's covered in epoxy, but hey. So that's all epoxied up, which gave it a flat surface because it was very small and rounded. And the spark plug does fit down in there. I do got to clean the threads out a bit. And then this guy is just a Rust-Oleum can. And I got to clean up right there, but it goes on top. And yeah, and then the spark plug goes in. Now it doesn't fit. Right now you can obviously see the edges. It doesn't, sit flat. Now when you I would take these and file them down flat and unbend them. And when I do this on the real engine, I want something thicker. I don't want a can. I'll go buy some sort of, I don't know, I was thinking like, I've seen some aluminum coffee cups that look like they would do great for this, because a regular old soup can, which I have somewhere, I don't know, no, right here, this is actually a beer brewing can, but it's a soup can. It's too big, it won't fit, it overhangs, so you can't use a soup can. A Campbell's can might work, but see, there's too much overhang. So this is just, like I said, the can, and what I could do is when you take the spark plug and screw it in, it forces, because this is bowed up, it's kind of like, this is our little crater, then it comes back up, and then this is higher. It squeezes it down and forces it to the thing, and what I would do then is get some of my RTI gasket maker for the water pump, which I've currently misplaced. I have no idea what I did with it. And Oh no, I JB welded that to the table. But yeah, I don't know what happened to it. But after I find that, I would put RTI all around here. File this down nice and flat. Maybe put a little lip on it somehow. And then screw it down. And then I'd have a little pocket in there. Because there's a good 1/4 inch on every side of this thing. Then what you got to do is, or then what I got to do, not you got to do unless you're building this, is you got to get some sort of pipe. I don't think I have any handy. But basically you just want to have 2 ports. And you want to have one up here. And well, if it's on the engine, you're going to want one up here and one over here. And a lot of people use vacuum fuel pumps off of cars, which, yeah, I guess that would work. And if I had it on my GoPed, how I would set this up, because this is what this whole project's for. My GoPed has a back tire issue right now. I burned through the last one and the tire is flat. Let me stand it up here. And the spark plug's covered in RTI, which I'm sure is not good. I got it all up in there. So here's the GoPed. What I would do with this, you can see there's a different cylinder head. Same thing, cut it, put the thing on there. I would have to stop up here because I have 2 ports now, see? But that wouldn't matter too much. Then my water pump I would probably get to run off of here because I have some threads left, or have an electrical source. But it would come up about here. And then what I would think would be the ultimate goal plan is to have a radiator. I have one up in Tennessee I can get a hold of. It's probably 6x3 and it's really nice. It's old, 6x3, and it's copper. It's off of an air conditioning unit, a really small one, but it would pop right perfect in there. Then I could run my lines up and then have a little reservoir with my pump hooked to it, like right over there. But right now this is just a test head, and just to see if it would even hold water, how hard it is to do, how hard it is to seal. And I need to get ideas for this. These would be much better, but they're too large. So, you know, not too much I can do. I wish I could find my RTI. Lots of times I find stuff when I'm doing YouTube videos. But anyhow, that's about it. And I'm not going to do a separate video, but the steam engine camshaft that I tried to make, you can see it's all JB Weldy dirty. It didn't work. I'm just going to have to use something like quick steel that's a putty, because it was just too runny. So anyhow, oh, and I'll do another video, but I fixed my bike too. I have these fins everywhere because I just broke them off and they went flying. But that's it. That's the water cool head. Honestly, if you have some of this RTI water pump sealer sitting around, and you had a decent can, one that's thick, and drill bits, it's really not that hard to do, because I mean, breaking these took no skill at all. I was whacking them with a hammer and they broke in the right spot because it's much stronger up there. And I didn't think of this idea. I'll post this video as a response to his, but yeah, I need to finish that. I just kind of ran out of time because it's already 10 o'clock. So, yep.